Some spoilers ahead for the Gachiakuta first episode. If you don't want to be spoiled, recommend clicking off now. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I've seen that's how it's pronounced. I believe it translates to real trash. But anyway, this anime just dropped the first episode on Crunchyroll. I believe it's scheduled for 24 episodes in the first season. The second season is already confirmed. But it gets you hooked right off the jump. This follows the main character, Rudo, who is being framed for the murder of his father figure. And let me tell you, if you watch the show all the way through the first episode, you know it wasn't him, and it's going to get crazy. It starts off a little bit weird, he's picking through trash, and then you kind of get a lay of the land. There's a rich city, it's a floating city, there's a rich side, and there's a slum side. Rudo lives in the slum side, and, they're kind of looked down upon by the rich people, which, makes sense. His father was a murderer, or supposed murderer, and, he's looked at by his peers like a piece of shit. And then he's digging through the trash and he's trying to make some stuff and make money because he feels indebted to his father figure that raised him when he was abandoned as a child. So he's trying to make a living that way. He has a crush on a girl and he gives her this stuffed rabbit. And then he goes home after having a pretty good day and then sees his father figure getting murdered. The, police or whatever you want to call it, the hierarchy of people frame him, or he's getting framed, and he is thrown into the trash pit where all the waste is discarded from the city. So he's basically banished to the freaking underworld. And the guy who murdered his father figure is just watching him as he's getting thrown into this wasteland full of trash and stuff like that. And then that's pretty much the end of the episode. I mean, it shows you the wasteland, the skyline's pretty cool, it's pretty beautiful, and it shows the monsters and all the trash and all the waste. I don't know where it goes from there. According to my TikTok, it gets really crazy. The manga gets really crazy. I never read the manga, but here we are. Here we are. It looks like this is going to be a big anime, and it gets you hooked right from the jump. I don't know if Rudo gets powers. I don't. He's going to somehow get his way back to the slums somehow and prove that he's innocent. But right now, he's being framed for a murder that he didn't do, and is thrown away all by himself to fend for himself. Where do we go from here, folks? I don't know. I really don't know, but it looks pretty good. The first episode is up in dub and sub. It's premiering every Sunday, I do believe, and the first episode definitely got me hooked. So if you were kind of on the edge of, jumping into it and whatnot, jump into it. I liked it. I very much enjoyed it. It's a world where, the rich look down on the poor, and then this guy gets framed for a murder and then thrown into a wasteland and has to fend against monsters, and he has to survive, and I don't even know. He just wants revenge against everyone who's done him wrong, and now his whole society has turned on him, even though they kind of already did turn on him because he was looked down on because his father was a murderer, but now they definitely turned on him, and it's just a lot of cliffhanger just for the first episode, and I can't wait to see where it goes from here. Again, sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right, but it was pretty good so far, and I can't wait to see where we go from here.